Hello soulmates, welcome back to my YouTube channel, and if you are new to this channel, you're welcome. In today's tutorial, I'll be teaching how to cut and sew this beautiful kimono jacket. So if this is a tutorial you're interested in, please like this video, drop a comment for me in the comment section, please subscribe to this channel and also share this video with your friend. So this particular video is based on the kimono jacket, but if you want the tutorial of the trouser I'm putting on, just let me know in the comment section and I will send you the link. So let's get right into the tutorial. For that kimono, I made use of 2 yards of African print, which is my Ankara fabric, and for this Duchess fabric right here, I made use of 1 yard. So you can also use a crepe, but don't use a doll face or a bridal satin, please. So I also made use of 1 yard of paper stay. So I added the paper stay to the Duchess material. So this is my fabric, and I've already cut out. I was about to make a short boo dress with this material. That's why it's looking as if I've cut it, but I will explain what I cut here. So I'll be making adjustments to this. So you fold your fabric as if you want to cut a boo. So depending on the length you want to work with. So for me, I was working with length 36, sorry, length 37. So I also added my seam allowance to the edge over there. So whatever length you are working with, add your hemming allowance down there and ½ inch at the top to join it at the shoulder. I hope you understand. You add ½ inch at the top to join it at the shoulder, then you measure your desired length, then you add 2 inches or 1 inch for your hemming allowance. So this is folded and this is the back and the front. So this is what I have. So I first measure my shoulder divided by 2. So my shoulder is 16 divided by 2. This is what I have. Then the remaining part here is about 7 inches. So it's about 7 inches. This is because I will still add a band to it. So depending on how long you want it to be, you can just determine that. But just take note that, have it at the back of your mind that you will add a 2 inches band to the edge. So don't make it get to your elbow. So at least a little bit above your elbow. That's with the 2 inches. So what I have at the top, just continue to measure it downward. So you will have a straight stuff, like that part will be straight. So I'll cut this part out. So if you are cutting a boo, we'll have something like this, but for this kimono it has to be straight, like straight, as you can see. So you have to make it straight like that, just straight down. So now for the neckline at the back, I made use of 3 by 1 inch, 3 inches wide and 1 inches depth for the back neckline. And for the front, because it is a open kimono, so I cut out the front. So I will explain what I did to this front right now. As you can see that there is a difference between the front and the back. So guys, let me measure this for you to see. At the neckline at the back, we use 3 inches. So at the neckline at this top part, it is 3 inches, but at this side here, it is 1.5 inches. So there's a way I slanted this part here. So this is 1.5 inches here, but the neckline at the top is 3 inches. So what I did was to measure my neck depth for the front. So I used about 7 inches for the neck depth. So it's from that point I connected it to the neckline, and for the remaining part I just took out 1.5 inches downward. 1.5 inches downward. I hope you understand. So from the neckline downward I measured 7 inches. Then from that point downward was I cut out 1.5 inches. So now the next thing to do is to measure what you have here, measure the length here. So that's what you'll be using to cut the plain material. So measure what you have. So I think I have about 39 inches here. And note that you'll be cutting 4 of that, because that's about 4 edges there. So what I did was, for the front, for one side, I joined it at the shoulder. So I cut out 40 inches in 4 places. Then I joined them at the shoulder. So for this part here also, you measure what you have. After measuring what you have there, you also measure the neckline of the back. The collar will go around the neckline at the back to the front. So just measure everything you have there. So now I've went ahead to cut out this fabric. So this fabric is 5 inches wide. So when I fold it, I have 2.5, and when I join it to my fabric, I have 2 inches. So I'm aiming at 2 inches. So this is 5 inches wide, and for the length, like I said, I measured just 40. You can measure more than enough. So it's better for it to be more than enough than for it to be short. So if it is more than enough, you can just trim it out. So this is what I have. So what I will do now is to go ahead and add my paper stay to everything because I'm using a Duchess fabric. I know Duchess fabric can be very soft, so I just want to add a stay to it to make it stick. So this is on fold and I have about 40 inches length. So that's the length I have here. So after adding the stay, I went ahead to also fold it, and this is what I have. So for the side, I'll be joining it like this. For the front also, I'll be joining it. So the joining will be at the center back for the collar area. For the collar area, that is the neck area, so the joining will be at the center back, but for the side the joining will be at the joining at the side, at the shoulder area. So the joining will be at the shoulder area. I hope you get, because I couldn't cut 80 inches long fabric because I used just 1 yard. I know the maximum length of a duchess is about 60 inches, so you can't get that 80 inches length. So I'll go ahead now and join this at the shoulder area. So this is the main bodies, join them at the shoulder area. So you join them at the shoulder area. That's what I will do right now. Then after joining, I went ahead to just weave at once. So after joining, this is what I have. So this is the one I'll be using for the neck area. So like I said, the joining will be at the center back. Make sure you align it. Then you start joining from the center back to the edge. So you sew from the center back to one end and from the center back to the other end. So that's how you will sew this. So that's for the neck. So for the one at the sleeve part, let me just call it like that. The one at the sleeve part, you also make sure the joining is aligning to the joining you have at the shoulder. So make sure it is aligned. Then you also pin down like this. You pin it down. You also do the same thing too for this other side. You make sure you pin it down. Then you also join this. So after joining, this is what I have. I've not ironed this yet. So as you can see that I have a little bit excess here. So it's always good to have excess so that you can cut it out. Imagine if it was not enough, so it won't be nice. So make sure you always add like at least a little bit of allowance when you are cutting it. So just trim all those parts off. Then after trimming those parts off, I'll go ahead and iron. Then I will hem the lower part. So make sure to also weave every joining. So this is what it looks like after weaving. So I'll go ahead and iron this. So I need to give this a good press. So I'll go ahead and iron it. Then after ironing, this is what it looks like. As you can see that it looks way better than what it looks like earlier. So the next thing I'll be doing is to locate where the opening will be. But before that, let's hem this lower part. So I've not hemmed it. I've not hemmed it yet. So whatsoever you added as your hemming allowance, go ahead and fold. Then you also hem. So you go ahead and hem this. So after hemming, this is what I have. So it's time to locate where the opening will be. So for me, what I did was just to measure about 12 inches. So I measured 12 inches from this area down here. So I measured 12 inches. Then I just added a pin there. Then I went ahead to just make a very small stitch, like very small stitch there. So you also measure the same thing to at this other side, then add a pin there. So I'll just be making a very small stitch there. So this is what I have here. As you can see that the stitch is very small, even though I use the black thread to make the stitch, but make sure you use the matching thread so that the stitch will be invisible. So this is what I have now. So my kimono jacket is ready. So thank you so much for watching. If you haven't liked this video, please like this video, drop a comment for me, subscribe to my channel, and also share this with your community and your friends. So thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.